Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on tonight's episode, we're going to be continuing playing my Paladin here. And it's been a pretty rough night here in CrushBone with trains. There has been a total of about 5 or 6 trains in this little area in the last 20 or 30 minutes. And we're still trying to get everybody's corpses back from the death that we had up in the throne room. And the reason we kind of wiped in the throne room is when the monk, or not the monk, when the bard left, we lost a little bit of our health regen, we lost a little bit of our DPS, and without that regen and DPS, we just weren't really able to keep up with the incredibly fast spawn rates that are in there. So, yeah, we do gotta watch out for that, but we're trying to head back in, get everybody's bodies back. I think everybody has their bodies back now. Let me look. Enchantress, I think he has his, or he has one of them. I wasn't sure about the druid. I'm going to ask here in a second, find out if they do. If not, like I said, we'll work our way back in there. Oh, yeah, enchant. Enchant, man. Getting some reinforcements. Let's see, everyone have their body back. Let me make leader. Make leader Laenien. There you go. Where'd you go? Come on, kill him. Yeah, we've had a better time before, and like I said, just missing that one class, that little linchpin. Can you make leader or invite them? There you go. I made you leader. Hold on a second. Belt on that guy. It's all yours. Let's look around. I need to clear the way for everybody. But yeah, this zone can be incredibly fun, but incredibly dangerous at the same time. So you do need to make sure that you are a little bit more cautious when you move into harder level spots. And one of the hardest level spots in this zone is inside the throne room. That is the second to the highest level spot. The tower is the hardest level spot, and that's the one that's really going to make you work for it, man. Usually you only see really high level people coming in here farming the area for belts, for an altar for themselves, for faction, or for a little bit of money. Those people will kind of move up in there. You think you need to be about level 15 to around level 17 to do that one solo, and it works fairly well. Let's see, other cleric, she's banking. Is someone else leaving? I don't think so. I think that's everybody that's going. I don't know if she has somebody else with her. Guess I miscounted. Oh no. All right, well, then maybe we won't get them after all. They're probably going to come as a pair. Let's see. I'm going to kill the orc pawn. Sorry. Did they have 3? Maybe that's the old group that was here at the wall. Yeah, I think it was probably the old group that was here at the wall that ended up merging with ours. We did have to train. I guess I shouldn't say we had to. We did. You know, some of our members saw that it was going bad. They backed themselves out of the wall or out of the window, and upon doing that, I followed them as well, because there's no point in staying that long if you're not going to. If you're going to be the only one, you're going to just get killed. So, yeah, I followed him out there. Oh, come on. I'm so short, guys. I'm so short. There we go. Followed him out, and in the end, did fairly well to get all the way to the zone line. We only lost one person on the run there. Let's bring this back to the group. Take it back over here next to the wall. Where is it at? Ah, come on. Fight it over here, dude. Seriously? All right, well. Let's see if I can back it up. There we go. I got aggro. Let's bring it back. Bring it back over here. Back to our camp. There we go. I hate to do it, but I want to teach them that this is the spot we're going to be calling our group, and I'll pull back to this location. And we got a cleric. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that we got a cleric. Going to make all the difference in the world. All they do is heal. They're dedicated healers. Druids are fine. I have nothing against druids at this level. Higher levels, they do kind of, want a little bit more healing than they ever get, and their mana efficient spells are not the healing spells. They do so much more in other regards of their skill set than that. They can solo so well. They can, quad all those mobs, 4 of them at a time, and dot them up and kill them so quickly and so efficiently that when it comes to healing, it's kind of painful for them, just for the fact that they don't, they use so much more mana for a heal when they know if they just used it another way, they would be really, really just kicking some butt. Let's see if I can grab these guys without moving up there too close. Alright, well, we're going to pull all of them, apparently. Let me pull that back to the group. I need to create a incoming button, but I don't have one just yet. I should. I have one on my other characters, but this guy is lacking on some of those niceties, such as an incoming button. Now, for those of you who are not aware of what an incoming button is, you just come over here to your socials. It's the 4th tab on your action bar, and you right-click on one of the little hollowed buttons, one of the ones that don't have anything written on them, and you type it out in there. You can do /group, /raid, whatever you're trying to type that into. Say, shout, OOC, and you say incoming %T, the two of them connected together, the % and the letter T, which will select the target that you have and put its name in there. So if you have a oracle targeted and you hit, that /%T, it's going to say in whatever channel that you programmed it to say in, incoming orc oracle or incoming orc centurion. And so they know exactly what mob's coming. Usually what you'll do is hit that 2 or 3 times to indicate that you're pulling 2 or 3 mobs. Now, not every single one of those mobs may be an oracle. You may just be selecting the oracle. So it's not incredibly accurate. It's not going to give them a detailed, description of what's coming down the pipeline, but it will let them know that at least one of them is an oracle, and 2 others are coming along well, and they may all be oracles as well. And yeah, that might be a really, really rough pull, because you're probably going to get blind a couple of times on the way back, and you do need to be able to indicate that you are blind if that happens to you. So you need to know that you can do /G space and then type in the letters blind so that you can indicate that's the case. Or you can have a button, a hot button, because you can cure blindness. Clerics have a spell that will cure blindness, but more importantly than that, usually if that happens, what will end up being the case is your secondary off tanks, such as your Shadow Knight or Paladin, if you have one in there and you have a warrior pulling, will run out of the group or run out of the room and find where you're at and pull the mob off you and bring it back to the group while you kind of sit there and wait for your blindness to disappear. Or the entire group will move to you so that the cleric can heal you and you can just fight it right there. Sometimes the DPS will come over there and get you, such as the rogue, or so even the necros will occasionally go out there and pull the mob back, but somebody will try to help you out most of the time once they figured out that you're not going anywhere. You're blind. They can't tell you to do anything because you can't see text. You are literally just going to be sitting there. So unless they help you out, you're going to die, and then they're going to have to try to figure out how to res you. So that's going to suck. It's not broken. Could be bad. Let's see. Okay, so into the TR. Got 2 enchanters. Let me see if I can pull this little area out. Here we go. Got 1. Pulling it down. Got it. Yeah, I guess they want to go in here. Wait, dim. Just lol. I was just getting the singles. Yeah. Just singles. Actually, that's not how you spell singles. Alright, we got it. If they want to pull the other ones, I know it's very dangerous for an enchanter to pull, though. And this is why I play in third-person view, so that I can zoom around tight areas, such as inside the throne room. It might be a little difficult for you if you've never used it before, but it allows me to see what I normally would not be able to see, which is one of my friends, one of my group members, is getting attacked from behind me. And I need to know that, because I'm the tank. I need to be able to jump on that The cleric will usually be the one furthest in the back, so he's the one who would normally get beat on. Of course, you can always watch your group's life, and if you see somebody taking damage, you can then kind of infer that he might be getting hit by something. Also, the sound. If you have really good speakers on, a really good headset, you can kind of infer, from that what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and snag one here. I'm going to use my flash of light, pull it back. There we go. Got that one. Let the enchanters see what's going on there. Now, later on, they can use an area effect mez, they can use an area effect stun, and they can get all of this done really quickly. But in the very beginning, if they're stacked on top of each other for players who may not know how to do that, it can be just a real nightmare. So you kind of want to spread that out as much as possible for them. Make it easier for them, even at higher levels. It's just a nicety to give them some space to work. I can't seem to get this off of him, even with flash of light. We're going to give it one more shot here, even though it's almost dead. Nope, it is not working there. There we go, finally. Whew, okay. Now, in the old days, you could walk up to a mob while it was mezzed, and you could hit the taunt button several times. And when you finally do break mez by doing that, it would go for you first, because you built up your aggro. Now, it doesn't seem to make that big of a difference. So I don't know if maybe it's broken, if taunt's not being recognized while it's being mezzed, or what's the case going on there. So you do want to do it anyways, just out of habit. It may still work some of the time, and it's definitely the way you should play because it works that way and on live and things of that sort. But yeah, I just wish it worked a little bit better. It was one of the only complaints that I had as a tank that I've seen from old school to what it is on here, because this game is a emulation of the game as best as they can get it from when it first came out. But they are using a later model version of the game and then having to go back and rewrite code and take out some of the changes they put in. And as the game went down further and further patches and expansions, they made some pretty big changes to it. And that's one of the things that people who are playing here don't really like that much. They're playing here because they like the old school feel. The guys who are doing the server, they're not donating all of their time to the game. They're donating free time that they have to put into the game. And they do a lot of it. They do some amazing work, but it's still time that they have to invest that they're not getting paid for. So it will take them a little bit of time to fix those little bugs. They will eventually get to them, I hope, at somewhere down the line. But until they do, you just kind of have to put up with the fact that it's not exactly classic, but it is the most classic game that you're going to find for Everquest back from P99, or from the year that it came out, which is 1999. This is what I'm trying to get across. I'm trying to concentrate on the mobs over here because they're going all over the place. Let's see. Scratch that 2 Legos. Can one of you law Lego mezzed? Yeah, I don't get law until level 15. I looked up my spells just to be sure. Level 15 is when I get my law. I'm kind of waiting for it, but until then, I'm left just body pulling and flash of lighting them as soon as they come over here, so they don't have to worry about the aggro too much. There we go. Oh man, our life is golden, man. I love clerics. Although he's not sitting down medding right now, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Ooh yeah, ding baby. All right, we're getting some good experience here. Let's see, what is our level? Level 14? Yeah, level 14. So one more level, guys. One more level, and we should be good. I'm gonna actually destroy this copper. I don't really need it. I got a decent amount of money on this guy. Come on, where are you going? Ah, oh, jeez. He's gonna aggro. Unless I can hit this guy. Oh, dang it. Sorry, how do you link the item in chat and who's up? Not mine. Can you lol? Oh my god. This guy will not die. And why is nobody over here with me? Here we go, 11%. Now, these guys are on a leash chained to you. So if you are sitting in one spot and you don't chase after them, they can only go so far. But if you chase after them, they will go through the entire zone before they finally stop doing what they're doing. Alright, so you guys were over here messing with Legionnaires. That's why you didn't stop. There we go. I got aggro. And I would prefer to have the aggro than they do, because they don't take the hits as well as a tank will. I have higher AC. My class is made for it, and you're just going to do better off for it. The only one that I can think of, really, now that I'm trying to like picture the fact that you have armor and they don't. The only one who has armor that still doesn't take hits very well is the cleric, to be honest. He has plate armor, and he will still take hits far, far worse than a warrior will. In fact, he can have almost as much AC or as much as a warrior, and he will still take hits far worse than they will. So there is a hidden factor in that, a little behind-the-scenes work going on there that depends on the class that you're playing. It has AC debuff. Mobs hate that. Yeah, they do. The Shadow Knights get a flux spell at higher levels that lowers their AC, and it is pretty much the best taunting spell they get. No. Oh, Enchanter just died. Oh, man. I don't know if he just didn't see it or if he was out of mana or what happened there, but this is dangerous. This is dangerous. A little bit too much for us. I think we should probably stay at the wall. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The wall might be better. Staying at the wall might be a safer bet. DA. Okay, so he's using his divine intervention or divine aura to make sure he protects himself. It's a cleric spell that they have. Unfortunately, the downside, besides you know, they're completely protected. They can't take any damage whatsoever. They can still get hit with spells, so they can still get stunned in that regard. They just can't take any damage. Is that they can't cast either until the spell is done with. Of course, you can always click it off if you want to, and then go ahead and cast your spell. So the other downside is when you use it, you immediately lose all aggro. They realize that they cannot hurt you. They will stop attacking you, and they will go to whoever else has the highest level aggro, or they will split and start attacking everybody in the group if nobody has the aggro yet. As soon as the spell is done with, they immediately know that as well, and they will start beating on your face again. So if you are low on life, and all of a sudden, you know, the 4 mobs go over there and start beating on the warrior, you pop that DA, you don't have aggro anymore, and you're like, okay, now the warrior needs a heal. You click that little spell off, they will immediately stop hitting the warrior and run over and hit you if the warrior does not have enough aggro yet. So be very cautious about that. Make sure you are ready to click that off and that you heal yourself immediately and then heal whoever you need to. Sorry, Chandra, but I would have been able to keep you up anyways. Or wouldn't have been able to keep you up anyways. Yeah, he was going down too fast. Can we med at wall? Out of mana. That sounds good to me. I see another one. This is not a good spot. Not a good spot to sit. Hey, so whose pads are these? I have... They're all worried about the loot. Yeah, let's go back to the wall. This is, really? Is he running already? Alright, let's sit down. We need to med up. Yeah, that room is tough. You really want to make sure you're ready for it. And I don't think we have the group for it, to be honest. I don't think we're ready to move into it. And the way you know if you're ready to it is if you sit over here at the wall for a little while, you pull, everything's working really well. In fact, you can pull from inside of that area all the way back out here, and you do that for a little while and you still don't have any problems, then it's probably time to move in and let a smaller, lower level group take the wall from you, because this is one of the best spots in the zone besides inside that throne room. But we weren't doing that. We were just like, they just wanted to go straight in on full incoming. All right, so he's pulling something. These guys are very impatient, to be honest. Normally, this is supposed to be my job to be out there pulling stuff, but no, they want to do it. They don't want to let the cleric med up, and we don't have an enchanter anymore because he hasn't come back yet. So let me go ahead and tag this off of him. There we go. These aren't even worth experience. Not sure where they are coming from. Everywhere. I mean, there's tons of mobs in this zone. Let's see. Can I pull anything? We got a mob over here, Centurion. I'll go ahead and snag you, bring you back. The fact that he attacked me and he's green kind of implies to me that he'll probably give us experience, but there's no guarantee. No, dang it. I saw that one coming. I pulled it right by the cleric, and of course it had to go over there and one-shot him. You don't ever want to do that. The cleric will get Cid aggro, and he's going to get cleric aggro, as I mentioned before in the last episode. So you want to make sure when you pull, you stop. Dim, let the casters met up. Laugh out loud. Not sure where they're coming from. Okay, I'll sit down, man. You're the one who pulled the other one. Blame it on me, man. But you guys pulled it, not me. All I did was pull a green. A great zone. It brings back so many good memories hanging out here, though. The wall and the trains, and we've seen so many trains tonight. I wish I had caught them on camera, but I was just kind of chilling, looking up the spells and some other things while all the medding was going on. There's a lot of medding that we needed to do, but oh my god, yeah, just sitting there watching it was crazy. You would zone out, sit there, like heal back up, zone back in, and when I first zoned back in, there was, I think it was like 14 people at the entrance. I was like, wow, what's going on here? And there was like 60 mobs. And everybody was just freestyling. And everybody was going in there helping each other out. The tanks were beating on it while people in the background were healing that weren't even part of the group. And yeah, it was just a really cool environment because normally you might have people who were just like, I won't heal you. I'll wait until you beat on it enough, zone out, and then I'll like snipe it with a direct damage spell. And other people would be like, well, if you're going to do that, I'll just zone it immediately. And it becomes like this yo-yo effect where people zone in, zone out, zone in, zone out. And the mobs never leave the entrance. But no, like the community is so nice that they're just like, let's get these things done with. Let's move back in. Let's group back up. Let's get our stuff going again. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, it was cool to watch. And there was a high-level cleric there that was sitting there healing people in a pinch. And he was taking the aggro so the other guys wouldn't take any damage. And it was just really fun. It brought back all those good memories of the game. What level is this guy? He's blue. No, it's country or county. He is blue as well. Fortunately, we don't have any space. And I feel sorry that Enchantress has died so many times tonight. At least 3, maybe 4. So, yeah. Ambassador Devin is up, actually. And he's so red. He's so red. I do want to go up there and kill him one day. I might have to do that with my Paladin. I wasn't able to do it with my Cleric, so my Paladin might be able to go up there. And he's so well outfitted. I mean, just it's beautiful to behold this guy right now. The amount of stuff that he has on Deepwater boots are just crazy. I mean, you can look at my AC. I'm at 475, and I'm only level 14. That's pretty good. And my hit points definitely need to be improved. I need better earrings and rings. Like I'm wearing a brass earring, and the tier, which only adds 5 stamina, which is not horrible, but it's by no means fantastic either. I got a jagged band, which is, again, not horrible. 5 AC, 3 strength, but again, not as great as we might need. And then the silver opal, again, not bad, but I want the hit points. I want like the 55 or better hit point rings. Okay, so I think we'll be fine in TR. Just need to use Harmony and Lull before we get aggro. And we could try it. I don't have that till 15, but we can definitely give it a shot if somebody has one. I really, really hate making the Enchanter do. I don't know, honestly, if we can pull it and split it while we're out here. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull this guy. Gonna get him. You guys had enough time off. I'm gonna do a Thoom. You don't want to wait? Can you single pull? I don't know if he can. But when you make an enchanter or a caster lull stuff, the problem with that is occasionally, if they don't have a high enough charisma, it resists them. And then the creatures come back and immediately beat on their face. And since they are a caster, they take like 2 hits and they die. So I don't want to put them in that position. They got other things they could be doing. I'd rather go in there, pull 2 or 3, have myself die and be able to have them gate out or run than to put them into harm's way like that. But some people are just like, give it a shot. And it might work. I've seen enchanters pull zones really, really well. I just don't want to push them into it. Harmony is the only unresistible lull. What did you just cast on me? Strength? What class is he? Let's see. What are you? I know I can just do the who all on him, but I'm not going to type it out at the moment. I don't even see his name in the zone. What am I looking at? There you are, 13 enchanters. So we got 2 enchanters. Yeah, they could try. They can really give it a shot. Let me put Hool in that window where I normally have it. We don't really need to single pull the greens. I think you can harmony and pull one. I'll let them. I'll let them do their thing. Let them figure it out. Let them do some practice runs before we get a little further in. So we got one guy running back. One of the things that I would say for the zone is the coolest is it kind of is split up into two different sides and the middle, although it is a giant circle. So once you understand the makeup of the zone, you can see how they connect to each other. And if you go back over there where you see that orc standing in the background, that one right there, the orc centurion across the bridge. If you go across the bridge and you follow that wall will lead you all the way down to the Lego camp. And the Lego camp is on the left-hand side of the zone when you first zone in. You got to go across the little small bridge and then eventually, fight your way through some of the caves or around the caves, actually. You don't have to go through them. And once you get there, it's a pretty nice spot at level 10. Like, Legos are good experience. There's only, I think, 3 or 4 of them that spawn over there at a time, and you can single pull them fairly decently. So, again, as a group, even at like level 7 or 8, that you could hunt those guys and they'd be yellow, maybe even red to you, you'd be able to do it because they spawn kind of at a medium pace. I wouldn't say a slow pace, but a medium pace, and there's only 4 of them. So you can kind of build up your mana in between fights, which you might need to do if you're really low level. The camp before that on that side is the slaver area inside the cave. That's a little bit lower level, but sometimes the slavers, there's 2 of them inside there, they are a little bit of a higher level, so you can kind of build up to those as well. Outside is just kind of like random, like sometimes you get a Lego out there, so most of the time it's centurions that are really low that you can kill on your way, and so you kind of progress through the zone a little bit. But Everquest, one of the things I love about it is it will always throw in a mob just randomly in the zone somewhere that will just be significantly higher than the rest of the mobs near it. And there's the jailers or something along those lines that are inside that one building. You open the door and they will immediately attack you. And yeah, they're pretty rough for that level on that side. And like I said, sometimes you have a Lego just pop up randomly in one of the positions. So you gotta watch out. You can't just expect the same mob that you killed there before to be the exact same version. Like right over here, this is a Legionnaire. And when we first got here, they were Centurions. That is a pretty big change. And if you're not ready for it, it will wreck your face. But I love that aspect about the game. It keeps you on your toes. So many other games I've played before, you go through it and you get enough levels out of it, and you're just like, I own this zone. Like, this is my zone. I don't have to worry about anything. I can run wherever I want. This game, not so much. Like, yeah, maybe 90% of the time you can do that, but then 10% of the time you'll be running through and you're going to get wrecked. Like, East Commons is one of the prime examples of this. There's a Griffin running around that's like level 35 in a zone meant for like level 1 to 15. You're not going to be able to kill that. Even when you're like the top dog, you're level 15, everything else is green to you in the zone, you're running around, and here comes this Griffin that will just one-shot you, right? Top dog? I don't think so. You know, like, you just never get to that point. Unless you come back, and then you're like, I want to kill that guy because he was messing with me all those times, and payback, right? Like, it's time for me to get some revenge. Like, I've done that on guards before. It seems to be weird to put that kind of, thought and emotion into a game, but when they tick you off, man, it's something else, and they completely and totally will do it again and again and again. The very first time I went to East Commons with my Dark Elf when I got back into the game on Project 1999, I went through and I was kind of checking out the zone. I knew I had to watch out for guards. I got too close to the building next to Freeport, one of the inns, and the sellers came out running out the door, just like speed lightning, and they just one-shotted me. And I was like, oh my God, really? So I was like, at some level, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to pay them back for that one, But there's some other guards out there that are a lot more pain in the buttish than they are, because they roam, and they roam in places where you're actually going to be fighting. That one was just because I was exploring. It wasn't that big of a deal, but there's other ones out there for sure, especially over in like the Karanas, right next to the ramp that leads to a high pass. You're going to kill crag spiders over there, and there is a guard that runs by that will kill you if you're evil. And, you know, Necros like to hunt that spot. A lot of people like to hunt that spot. They like to solo over there or get a group going. And it's, yeah, I want to kill that guy with my Shadow Knight. Someday I want to go back. Yeah, so there's always a top dog. Always a top dog in the zone. And usually he is a lot higher level than you're going to be at that spot. Oracle, let's see what's going on here. Pads, ouch. I'm not sure what they're doing. Need to be able to pull it off of them a little bit easier. If they're not going to be pulling from inside, I can pull these things. I don't understand what's going on. Jeez, yeah. You know, 2 enchanters and they don't want me to pull more than 1 creature at a time. That's just weird. But, you know, I'll bow to the wishes of the group, even if it just means going really slow. The outside was no problem for me to take on. It was really the inside that was, like I said, spawning way too fast for us to keep up. Because that's what it's there for. You know, like there's going to be places in the zones, and in dungeons especially, that seem to spawn so quickly, it seems like nobody would be able to handle it. And it may be the case. It may be way too fast for anybody to handle. But what you use that for is a pooling area. You know, and you may always have to keep breaking it. So you, instead of, you know, having it where you could space it apart and maybe get 1 mob every few minutes, you might have to get 4 at the same time. If you do space it apart, which is a useful technique to do, was removed with various race or class penalties. Just race, right? Just class. Yeah, class penalties. Just class, not race. Yeah, race is still in there. So if you're playing a Shadow Knight or a Paladin, you don't have those penalties anymore. But if you're playing an Ixar, you know, a Lizard, or a Dark Elf, or any of those races out there that have a penalty to them, you're still going to have that. And you'll have to look up on the wiki to see exactly what the penalty is. The Lizards have the highest level one in the game. I think it was something like 40% penalty, which means that you're going to be earning 40% less from every mob that you kill. So if you're in a group with, you know, a halfling, which gets a actually bonus, he gets something like 14 or 13.4 or whatever the case is on that one, he's going to be getting more experience per kill than any of the other people who are getting average. Like a human's going to be right down the middle. No penalty, no bonus. You're going to be getting 40% less than the human, which is going to be like 50% or 54% less than the halfling. And he's going to be leveling, and you're going to be like, what? We were both through level 3 at the exact same time, and now you're level 4.5, and I'm just about to level. Like it doesn't make any sense. Well, that's why. He's getting more experience. Is it a good or bad thing? Yes. No. Kind of. I mean, how fast do you really want to level through the game? I feel with my cleric, once I hit 60, there's not much more for that guy to do. Like, by the time I hit 60, I've pretty much gone to most of the zones. Raiding is the part that I look forward to the most there. And the crazy thing about it is, you know, when you get to 60, I always felt that a part of the game was gone. Like, I spent the whole time leveling my guy up and getting good loot at the same time. I was doing 2 things, and leveling was always one of them. And then all of a sudden, you're no longer leveling anymore. It just feels like part of what you've always been doing is missing. And so I hate it kind of getting to 60. Just kind of killed off a little bit of that enjoyment, you know, especially when you're in a group that seems to be not doing anything else but getting experience. Like, no names seem to be spawning that day, and no you know, really good stuff seems to be happening. I should be assisting the other guy. Let's go ahead and get on this one, kill this one a little bit faster. Now it is 9%. 11 mage. You know, I understand that he's pulling, but then again, he's not the tank, so I figured they'd be assisting off of me, but I guess I could be wrong on that one. We'll go ahead and assist him from now on. Oh, come on. You really going to fizzle this much? Ah, punk. Oh, man. I'm the only one going after it, and my guy hits very, very slow with this 2-hander. Come on. You can hit him. What are you waiting for? Really? Really? Like, I kick some serious butt when I'm in the group, but when I come over here solo, just has to do that, huh? Let's go ahead and flashlight him, get the aggro. Ah, there we go. I was going to say, nope, he's fighting me for it. There we go. And it went right back to him again. Huh. This is why I like to pull. You pull, you're not fighting anybody with aggro right off the bat, and it seems like once you have aggro, it's a lot harder for somebody to take it away from you. Once somebody else has it, it's a little bit more difficult for you to take it away from them. So preferably let the tank do the pulling if you can in situations where you have the right tank for it. There are some classes out there that just don't pull very well, like a warrior. He doesn't have anything to aid him in pulling. He has no feigned death. He has no law, no calm, no root, nothing. He just has his own body and arrows, and that's it. So he's going to pull the entire room no matter what. Could be a good or a bad thing. Usually it's a bad thing because you're going to get 3 instead of just 1, 4 instead of just 2. Instead of splitting it, you're going to get everything. What you can do is use the cleric as a root measure. Root stuff and keep it off to the side. Wait for the group to kill the mob and then space it out so that when he respawns, because everything's on a spawn timer. So a mob that is sitting right here in front of me, this Centurion right here, he is on a spawn timer. Let's see, I'm going to not pull anything from TR. I just dinged, so I want to go back. I don't want to go back. Okay, yeah, so he's not going to pull anything from... If he's not going to pull, then I'll just pull everything out here. There's no reason to for him to pull at all. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. You got a Paladin. Did I get everyone? What is he hitting us with? I think this is dead already. Alright, let's... Orc Emissary is coming. Alright, well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. I do want to thank you all for watching. As always, I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.